All right. Excuse me. We got some holiday music on. See, I don't hate Christmas. I'm like the Grinch. I can't stand the hypocrisy. It's the hypocrisy that it's they say that it's supposed to be about gratitude and all this stuff and I don't know about where other people live. I live in America, and it seems like that gratitude has been replaced with I'm just going to go out and get whatever I want when I feel like it to make myself happy. Right? So they got that instant gratification, and where's the gratitude in that? I feel like the light bulb ruined it for a lot of people with instant gratification. You just have, it's like everybody thinks that every circumstances life should be, handled with a switch. And and that's not how it is. So, hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heoke empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. We had a pretty good day, huh? It was yeah. We don't really celebrate Christmas around here. What we celebrate here is the fact that the days are getting longer. Yeah? And we're getting that much closer to springtime, the true new year, the actual new year, not the imposed new year, not the hijacked new year. So I've been doing a lot of reflecting lately on and the way I feel like human beings live the same year over and over. It's just like the days in Groundhog Days. Like we get a chance to do it right or do it for us, right? Live for ourselves, or get the true message of good orderly direction. And in my reflection recently, I've been thinking a lot about, like, as years have gone by and things that I've stopped doing because they don't serve me anymore. Right? It doesn't serve me to have the expectation that I'm going to have a whole bunch of friends and family and, and I can imagine all day long how I want Christmas to be, but if I can't make it happen in real life, that's just setting myself up for disappointment. And I used to do that when I was a little girl. I remember when I believed in Santa Claus. I probably believed in Santa Claus more than anybody else I knew. And what happened is once I found out the truth, then you got the disappointment of the reality, and then you got the disappointment that, like, people that you trust and care about are freaking lying to you. And then it's like, it sets a theme for life. It's like Santa Claus is the first false flag. Like, believe in that, and then we can get them to believe in anything. And anybody that says different, well, don't be a stick in the mud, right? Don't be a spoiled sport. I'm like, you people are lying to a whole freaking percentage of the population of the youth, and I'm the spoiled sport? Nah, I don't buy into that stuff. So, there's two times I like giving to, it makes me feel better to give to others. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love receiving. I've received so much cool loot this year. I got this book, The Lost Ways. Yeah. Goes right in line with my spiritual calling. So, and then I think like the gift that I got that made me go whoa the most was I love to cook. And I've been looking around for a set of knives, and I just, I don't know, some stuff I'm not good at spending on, right? Other stuff I'm okay with spending on, but some stuff I'm like, nah, I can't do it. So I've been looking around and stuff, but I opened this box today, and I got these. Well, I'll just bring the box over. I don't have the box. I'll just bring one. Well, I'll bring two over, because one of them's dirty. I used it to make scalloped potatoes, but I got this set of knives. This kind of reminds me of Year of the Dragon, because we're in Year of the Dragon. I got this one. And they're freaking, I never knew. I mean, I knew, but I didn't know. I knew because of, I suspected and I imagined, but I didn't know because it wasn't verified by my own experience. But now it's been verified. Here's the third one. Just got a little schmooch on it. But, these, it's going to bring my cooking to a whole new level. And I'm excited about that. And I started today, I made a big old plate of scalloped potatoes. Baked potatoes. And then I got a little thing of ham. And then bake that too. And then tomorrow what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them up in to-go containers. I'm going to take them downtown to the park and give them out to people for hot meals. Because it's so cold outside. I went down to the park today. I went in town to get some. I went on an outing. See what I like driving around when no one else is around, and I like taking pictures and getting videos of like the highly populated places with the parking lots empty, like the grocery stores and stuff like that. So I just went into town to fill up the water jug and see what was up. And they closed the park. See, that's what freaking is so frustrating to me is the powers that be only care about certain people, and there's a whole percentage of the population that gets left out, right? So what they didn't take into account is like there's all these people that like live a I don't know, off-grid lifestyle here, right? Because they don't got jobs, and a lot of them don't have jobs, or they do, but they just can't afford the rents that people want, and so they made choices in their life to live a meager lifestyle. So a lot of times, what these folks do is they come into town, they hang out at the park, and they do this and they do that to help pass the time to go by until it's time to go home, start a fire, and settle in for the night, right? But when the town closed down, there's no place for these people to go. There's no place for people to get warm, And I had what I'm wearing, and I had jeans on, and a sweatshirt, and then another, not a jacket, but another like coat thing over that. And I didn't have no gloves on or anything like that. But the park was closed, but you could park on the other side and walk over, and there was a group of people. I think they were there with the church. I'm not sure. I didn't ask. I should have asked. I got a bunch of their names. But they had a sign out that said free food, and then they were feeding people over in the park, And there are these two young men there, and I went downtown because I was trying to give away some holiday cheer myself and just find some, encourage the discouraged, find some people that were out because for whatever reason, maybe they don't like the holiday like other people do. And so I went out my intention was go out and give away 14 cookies. I had a big old bag of all these cookies, and I just wanted to go give them away to people and, maybe turn their day around. And I only gave away 8. I didn't hit my mark, but there weren't a whole lot of people out today. But the people that I did meet and have conversation with, it was very, very, very pleasant, and they were very happy to get cookies. So I hope they're enjoying those tonight. And hope those two guys that I talked to, because like they do have, I think they have a mission around here. What do you call it? Not a mission. What do you call it? What's that word? How come I can't think of it? It's not a mission. It's a. I can't think of the word. I don't know if it will. It's gonna make me mad. Where they bring people in and they can sleep at night.
Oh, that's not.
It's, get a warm, but what they do is they kick them out at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
Like, you can't hang out there all day. So, a lot of these folk, and then I got to tell my vision and my dream about having a travel center here in the local area, you know, and then have it only seems fair because I mean it's what I expect to have at my travel center is no different than freaking military installations have had. You know, it's just conveniences, but I'm really tired of these groups that convenience themselves while so many other groups are being deprived of basic needs. And that's what my beef is. We live in a society where all these people, you know, have gotten good lives from saying, we care. We care. We care about people. You know, we get paid to help people. We care. But the reality of it is these people stopped doing things. They're just doing enough just to get by, to keep the heat off, and not get written up at work and be saying you're doing your job, just enough to get your little, you know, your pay increase every year. But maybe that's what the system is about. Maybe the system is designed to hinder and not to help. You know, it doesn't matter. Everything's changing. We're coming into the age of Aquarius, and supposedly, you know, people are stepping into their heart space, and where more people are going to want to be like me and just go out, and they're not going to be able to rest until people got, you know, a warm place to live. Everybody, because there's enough for everybody. I remember back in 2009 when because I got an IT background and I remember when everybody started talking about Bitcoin and stuff like that, and my conception of it was like, you know, say you got like 10 people in a room. One guy, you know, has, you know, $10. One guy has $200. One guy has $2 million. You know, a couple guys have, or whatever, you know, whatever people. Couple people have, you know, 200,000, right? And I thought Bitcoin is like what everybody puts into a big kitty, regardless of how much you want, but regardless of how much you have. But when you need something, you go in and access all the funds collectively, right? And then pay for your goods and services, right? And then they use all the data mining and stuff like that, and it just keeps kind of and then more people add theirs there to it. You get more people to add to the kitty. and see, the thing of it is you always got those people in the groups that think that they're exceptional and that they're above everyone else, and that they want, you know, because they deserve so much, because they in their minds they're exceptional beings, that they get to buy extra to verify that, you know, their conception of themselves. So they, you know, they'll go in, and this is why it won't work, because you got too many people that have grandiose ideas, and they're gonna take too much, right? They're gonna take too much, and it's gonna put a hindrance on everyone else, and they don't care. See, that's what I thought Bitcoin was. As long as people stay in their right side, that everybody had enough, you know, car repair or whatever. But they always take good things, and people get a taste of that greed, and then they go with the greed. You know? They got an opportunity to not, but it seems like every chance they get, they take that opportunity. I don't know. I keep looking for people that don't. What else? I'm gonna have to take these dogs out. I just took them out, but I guess a couple gotta go out still. It's so cold outside. It's high's supposed to be like 24 tomorrow. Mom loves her sweater, and then she got this really cool stuff today. She got this Brahmi oil. Actually, it says on the back, it says, experience the luxurious benefits of a head massage with Brahmi oil made with gotu kola and bubaka both used for centuries in Ayurveda for the mind and nervous system. So I actually rubbed it in my hands today and massaged mom's scalp with it. Huh? How did that feel? Pretty good? We gotta wash her hair soon, but it's been so cold. She don't like washing her hair when it's cold, so it's a whole thing. So we just, yeah. What else? So things that no longer serve me. And in the spirit of thinking of Christmases past, this is better than the Christmas that I spent in 1998, right? 1999. No, it's 1999. I worked at a movie theater at Arden down by the Arden Fair Mall in Sacramento, California. And that's the shirt I had on earlier. Sacramento. And I worked at the movie theater, and I was sleeping on the couch. I was couch surfing, and I was staying at the White's house. Wendy and Whitney White's. And they were in San Francisco for the day doing family stuff, and they'd all had too much wine and were all kind of burnt out, you know. So by now it's like 10 o'clock at night and ain't nobody wanted to drive down. Whitney took the car downtown to go see Marcus, and so nobody was around to pick up old Marge. So I walked back to the White House that night, and I was walking up Watt Avenue, and I was looking at all these houses, and I was like, this is it. You know, I've been talking about going into the military and changing the trajectory of my life. I don't want to have another holiday season like this again. I'm tired of being alone. I'm tired of being sad. I'm tired of being freaking nobody, cares about me and all this stuff. And so that's when I decided that I was going to call Mom and see if she'd take me in one last time to see if I could go. And then I went off into the Air Force that 10 months later. And I shipped off on Mom's birthday. And she was the year that I shipped off. The year that she was 50 that year, and this next year I'll be 50. And I did it. And it was hard, and I hated it, but I did it. And it did send my life off in a different direction, and I was able to collect a lot more skills and abilities and things like that. Had a lot more life experience living in Omaha, having experiences out there. And then, fast forward years later, I don't have to get sad about holidays anymore. I used to spend like freaking days in bed just crying about woes me and stuff like that. And then I started my own traditions. And then I don't know. I don't really like. I've never been really a fan of traditions. It's like I like that meme that somebody said on social media. They said traditions are peer pressure from dead people. You know how many people do like in the name of this, in the name of people I've never met. You know, I'm gonna cause harm to this group of people because we disagree. That stuff is stupid. You don't hurt people. You don't kill people. You don't harm people. You don't put people in harm's way. You don't withhold and keep, you got to make sure everybody has whatever they need. So all this stuff, the way the world's headed, people, that's the thing is we create the reality of what's on the planet. So the more people that have angst and turmoil within themselves, that fight against themselves, it's just going to escalate out into the world, and more people are going to be fighting out there, right? More people find meditation, more people find a little peace and serenity inside. It's going to there's a lot of bad shit that's not going to happen. But we create and drive this ship of reality. And the place that it's going, I mean, yeah, it can always come back around, but people always have free will. People have free will to choose to go against their natural inclinations and desires all the time. I know they can. I've done it myself. By all intents purposes, I should be one of those slutty girls, you know? I get all the markers, but that's it's even in my chart, you know, Scorpio, Moon, Aries, Sun. I mean, a lot of my placements, it's like I have a highly sexually charged chart. The thing of it is that there's other things that you can do to circumvent that energy so you don't necessarily have to live the way people expect you to live. You can rise above your astrology, right? I hear a lot of astrologers, a lot of predictors, you know, whatever you want to call them, they're talking about, oh, this is going to be the energy. Okay, well, if the energy is to indulge, then people have the free will to know that that's what the energy is, but you have the free what happens when people indulge? They become gluttons if they do it too much. So, you know, instead of giving your self permission to indulge at those times, maybe why don't you implement, that's the time that you implement some discipline, you know? Maybe go walk extra and don't indulge and see what happens. Oh, I think different though. I'm not so neurotypical. I remember, you know, how long have I thought, like, God, for decades, you know, like, what if they had schools that were designed to place students in their courses based on their astrology, right? Like, you have kids in school, I bet there's a lot of, like, Aries kids, and, like, hands-on kids, right? I was Aries, I'm hands-on, you know, and that would like to, like, what if I was 7 and 8, instead of putting me in a classroom and trying to teach me stuff I didn't care about, based on people's astrology, putting them in environments where they're going to strive, you know? Like wood shop, or auto shop, or, you know, there's a number of things, right? But there's so many adults that have the thought that it's like, no, it's dangerous. No, kids can't do that. No, what you're saying is you can't do that. There's plenty of people that can do that. When anybody says, no, you can't do that, or, like, people don't do that, you know? Like, people don't give away weed cookies. People aren't that generous. People don't give away this. People don't. No, what you're telling me is you don't. What you're telling me is you're not generous. Right? Because there's a lot of people in this world that are very generous. I just keep missing them. Huh? Good boy, Benny. Benny Winky guy. You want to kiss a boy, Benny? Pretty boy, Benny. Oh, the Benny with the lazy eye. Good boy, Benny. Good boy. The Benny. Mom, why don't you pet him, Benno? You're not in the mood? Anyway. But yeah, Lord knows, I know a lot more people use astrology than they say. I mean, it's the first question on any questionnaire of, like, any place you go ever. It's either your date of birth or your birthday. It's usually your name and then birthday, date of birth. That's usually, like, when you fill out anything, it's so, but if they use that and so everyone could be an advantage, you know, not just the people that say, no, we don't use that. Liars. So many liars out there, you know, like, people can start a group and this will be what the group is about, but there's always somebody, and then there's somebody in there has their own ideas. All that stuff makes me crazy. Huh, DOG. Good dog? Yeah? Little old man? Good girl. Luna just came out to be family member. She wants to go do the walk around. Alright, that's about all I got for now. Hope